what's up? It's Blaze Bullard here. Today I'm gonna talk to you guys a little bit about Texas rigs. Really gonna show you guys my top two favorite Texas rigs I like to throw. There's gonna be for you guys that go fishing all the time and throw Texas rigs, this video might not be for you. This video might be for someone really just trying to figure out what to throw Texas rigs with, or maybe even where to throw a Texas rig. But with that, let's go ahead and get into this. I'll just start out with baits. I'm just going to show you guys two baits today that I like to throw. So I'll start with what I got tied on here. I've got a Missile D-bomb tied on here. Let me just let you guys see that. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen a Missile D-bomb. You can actually get this whole entire setup here at Pattern Tackle. I'll try to leave a link below. Use that if you're interested in getting any of these D-bombs. Over there at Pattern Tackle, they usually do a pretty good job of keeping these D-bombs in stock. My favorite two colors is going to be this black and blue color here, which a really cool thing that I like about these D-bombs is they do a good job at being able to be pretty versatile with one bait. If I want to, I can leave this blue side up, this really bright blue, and if I want to, I can flip it over, and you see I got a darker blue or even a blackish color on that back side there. So really maybe killing two birds with one stone there. But yeah, if you want to go to Pattern Tackle, you can get a tungsten weight bobber stoppers and these I believe this is a Mustad Ultra Lock, and I like to basically just 4-aught or 5-aught is what I'm going to be using on my Texas rig, with a 1/2 ounce or 3/8 ounce tungsten weight. I live here in the Ozarks, so I don't really, we don't have a lot of grass to fish around. Most of it's timber or bushes. We call them flooded bushes. Some of you guys might call it buckbrush, but so really just a 1/2 ounce is about the heaviest I usually go when it comes to tungsten weight. Definitely go tungsten though, if you can. I know tungsten can be expensive, but over Pattern Tackle, he does a pretty good job of trying to keep that tungsten price down. But tungsten, definitely go tungsten if you can. Tungsten is going to give you just the same amount of weight without having to have such a big weight. While we're talking about D-bombs here, my second favorite color here, let me take one out of the package here. They call this the Love Bug. It's kind of got a purplish brownish tint on one side and red on the other side. And I mean, a lot of people are gonna throw those green, pumpkin seed colors and a lot of greens and stuff, and I love throwing greens, but my go-tos are usually gonna be that black and blue or this Love Bug color here. And I'm pretty sure that over there at Pattern Tackle, he keeps both of these in stock all the time. And I mean, I'm gonna basically be throwing all these D-bombs and flooded bushes or buckbrush. The other lure here I've got, which I've only ever seen these at Pattern Tackle. I'm sure they're out there somewhere else, but this is where I've been getting them. And this is kind of a new bait to me, but I've learned to really like it myself. It's called it's made by, I think, Tight Lines UV. It's a hybrid, 4-inch hybrid, green pumpkin. Black is what this color is. And you guys can see there, it's kind of got some skirt threaded into it, actually. But yeah, the reason why I like this, really, why I started liking this, is because it helps me be able to have kind of that jig appearance, because sometimes being able to throw a jig really helps you get bigger bites. But when you're fishing some of that really thick buckbrush and just, you know, bushes, things like that, a jig has a bad problem with it wanting to get hung up. Even a brush jig does. So being able to throw this on a Texas rig is really makes a difference. Actually, I want to show you guys one thing real quick, which I don't actually tell very many people. Really, I've never told anybody unless they've been on the boat with me. But especially for a more of a darker, muddy water situation, or if I really feel like they're chewing. Here, I don't know if you guys can see, but on this here, the end of it is it's hollow. It's got a little opening on it. And you can do this with anything, but having that hollow end there really helps. So what I like to do, you can go on Amazon and order these, a whole bunch of them, just a bunch of different sizes of rattles. But I like to take a rattle and just slide it right into, see if we can get it in there, slide it right into the end of there. I don't know if you guys will be able to hear this or not. Maybe not. But when they're really eating, or in a little slightly darker water situation, this can really help them find a bait. There's two sizes of rattles out the end. This one has 2 BBs. I've got another one here that's got 3. Generally, if I'm gonna add them, I like to go ahead and add something with 3 BBs. It's just a little bit louder, makes a little bit more noise. If I'm gonna do that, I might go ahead and go with a smaller hook than a 4-aught, just so that rattle don't get in the way. Yeah, give that rattle a try. One more thing on that, what were these called? These hybrids, these 4-inch hybrids again. I don't need to show you guys. I'll show you guys real quick, just for some of you guys that don't know. You can go just about anywhere, Walmart especially, and pick up this Dip and Glow garlic, and it's about the only color I use is this neon green. And I'll definitely dip just the tips of these claws in this. In fact, I'll just go ahead and show you guys real quick how much I'll dip these. Stuff smells strong. I'm almost running out. Yeah, there we go. Let's do one. Do the other side. Perfect. Put that back on there. I will say, if you guys are fishing off of a boat or anywhere you don't want this stuff, don't spill it, because it smells and it sticks around for quite a while. But yeah, you can see that I didn't dip very much of that at all. Just the tips. So dipped a little bit much right there on that side, but yeah, just the tips on that is all you want. And that'll give it plenty of smell. Again, that's more of a darker water situation, or if I know they're looking for feeding on bluegill, because that neon tail really represents a bluegill or panfish really well. So that's what I'll do lure wise. Now let's talk about rods, and we can talk about reels a little bit later, but the rods I like to throw it on is pretty simple. Basically just a medium heavy, usually a pretty fast action. I like something fast and sensitive, so you know, when I'm fishing in that brush, that deep brush, I can it's got a really fast action, and I just find it helps me to really yank them out out of that thick brush. Now if it's really thick brush, I'm definitely not gonna throw it on a medium heavy rod. I'll definitely go ahead and throw it on a regular heavy action rod, because the last thing you want to do is hook a good fish in some brush and can't get it out because you don't have a heavy enough rod. For those of you watching that are really trying to get into something and into this, and you don't have a big spending budget, see, I'll show you what I got here. You can go to Walmart and get an Abu Garcia Vengeance heavy action rod. Extremely affordable. That's about as affordable as you're gonna get buying a heavy action rod to do this with. Same thing as well. Walmart, they're gonna have the medium heavy action Vengeance rods, and yeah, that's about as affordable as I'm gonna recommend. If you find anything cheaper than that, me personally, I probably wouldn't use it or throw it, but these are definitely affordable rods. Really gonna help you get into being able to throw these heavier baits in deep thick cover. If I'm throwing a 1/2 ounce or bigger tungsten, always going to use the heavy action rod. If I'm going to if I'm going to throw less than a 1/2 ounce, then I might go ahead and just use a medium heavy, and maybe go ahead and still fish that thick brush, but try to keep it on the outside edges. But if I know I'm going to be punching right back into that thick of the stuff as I can, I'm going to go straight to 1/2 ounce weight or bigger with a heavy action rod. I know a lot of guys, and you guys watch some other videos, they might talk about a braid, using a braided fishing line up maybe 45, 55, 60 pound braided line. Me personally, for being in the area that I fish most of the time here in the Ozarks, and like I said, fishing around buckbrush or wood, I have not had very good luck with braid myself. It seems to when you get caught on a limb, it almost seems to the more you work it over the limb, it seems to kind of stall itself into there, or maybe even become very weak or brittle. So the best luck I found personally is throwing a 20 or 30 pound straight fluorocarbon, no leaders. Just go ahead and put 20, 25, maybe even 30 pound fluorocarbon right onto my reel, and fishing it that way. On a medium heavy rod though, sometimes if I'm gonna be flipping more so around standing timber, and I'm looking to throw that lighter weight, maybe like a 3/8 or a 1/4, instead of going ahead and throwing on a 20 pound fluorocarbon, I might go ahead and just throw a 15 pound fluorocarbon on, but only if I know I'm not going to be fishing around heavy brush. If you're going to be fishing around the heavy brush, your line is going to get wore out for sure, so you want to have a heavy line. I know a lot of guys like to use Berkley Big Game. It's been around for a long time and it works, but I like to use that fluorocarbon because it's a little more sensitive. It's got less stretch, so when I'm really setting the hook and trying to yank them out of that brush, it allows me to just have less give in that line to just, sometimes when I set the hook, I want to be pulling them out of the brush on the hook set, because when they're down in there, you don't want to give them a chance to get their head down below a log or a big limb or a root ball, anything, because they get their head down below that right off the hook set, then they could be game over. So that's the reasons why I like to go fluorocarbon, especially for clear water too, because it's a lot less visible to the fish. A lot of fluorocarbon is virtually invisible. There's lots of different fluorocarbons I use. I know Pattern Tackle has here recently. They've started selling different lines and some fluorocarbon. I think they got Seaguar, some Seaguar fluorocarbon for sure, and that's pretty good lines. But but really I'm not super picky on my fluorocarbon, as long as it's not, you know, a junk or too cheap of a line, because I need it to not only be strong but tough. When you're constantly flipping into that brush, it's gonna get wore out. So, and throughout the day, don't be afraid to you know, cut your lure off, pull out about 6 feet of line, cut it off, retie on, because it's gonna get wore out. Especially on the days that you do decide to throw that 15-pound fluorocarbon. I don't think I'm missing anything. We can talk about reels. Here I've got on this one, this is just a Max Z, and it's another affordable reel you can get at Walmart, and it's really good for doing this. It's got a pretty good gear ratio. I think it's 6 something on this one. See if I can see it on here somewhere. I'm not seeing it. I do believe it's 6 something though. But generally for flipping, I want to always have a pretty fast reel. When you're sticking it to those fish and trying to get them out of the brush, you know, that's what this kind of fishing is all about. It's heavy line, heavy rods, fast reels. So when you get that hook set, you're pulling them back to the boat as fast as you can, getting them out of the brush as fast as you can. Another reel I've got here, which these are actually, this is another affordable reel, which is actually, I don't know how well you can find these anymore. These are starting to get outdated and old, but this Ivy Garcia Pro Max, and this is a 7 to 1. So this is a fast reel. I've actually got 20-pound Berkley Big Game on this reel, but definitely when you're picking out your rods and your reels, you want to go with a faster reel and a heavier rod when you're doing this. Try to pick you up some bigger fluorocarbon while you're at it. And guys, I think that about covers it, at least for the most part. But like I said, you can go to Pattern Tackle. You can get those Mustad Ultralock hooks, and he does a good job of keeping these missile baits in stock, especially these D-bombs. These D-bombs just have a really good thick body. You know, I've got a used one right here. I'll show you again. They have a really good thick body. You can see I've got grass and seaweed and moss all over that one, but they have a really good thick body. And there's not really a lot of baits on the market that have the tail action or the pincher action that these ones do. They have a really unique action. Yeah, there's going to be a link. Hopefully there'll be a link in the description below. Go check it out. Use that link below. It'll really help get this channel going. It'll help support me a little bit. So if you're interested in getting some missile D-bombs anyways, or even some of these Tightline hybrids, I'm going to have to start remembering that name. Yeah, use the link. Feel free to subscribe, leave a like. It'll help out with the algorithm. Thanks for watching, guys.